maybe this can last forever. Maybe this can last forever.
In my previous video, we briefly discussed force production and how it was generated from the floor up. Running requires force production, but also forward propulsion. To understand this a little bit better, we first need to examine the mechanics of the foot. There is a complex network of nerves, muscles, blood vessels, and a quarter of all the bones in the body located within the foot. All these work together in unison, governing our standing, balancing, walking, and running abilities. It's useful to think of the foot as a tripod. At point 1, we have the centre of our calcaneus, or our heel. At point 2, we have the centre of the head of the first metatarsal. And at point 3, we have the centre of the head of the fifth metatarsal, making up the 3 points of our tripod. This concept helps us to understand weight distribution throughout the foot. Balance between these 3 points gives the foot stability and also turns on the arches of the feet, and all this leads towards optimal functionality. Understanding this concept leads to greater awareness, helping us to get into the short foot position. A shorter distance between points 1 and 2 signal a healthy arch, leading to optimal weight distribution. When weight is distributed away from the 3 tripod points through the arch, this leads to stretching of the plantar fascia. This is the ligament that connects the heel to the front of the foot. Repetitive stretching of the plantar fascia can lead to weakening of the arch. This can lead to problems further upstream, leading the knee to collapse inwards, proximal to our centre of gravity. This is described as valgus knee deformality. Valgus knee leads to inward rotation, extra compression on the lateral part of the knee joint, directing the pressure of the impact of the floor up through the inside of our body directly to our lower back. This done repeatedly accumulates lots of fatigue through our knee and lower back. To avoid this, consciously think about turning the arches of the feet on, taking the impact from the ground through the lateral part of the mid or forefoot, allowing the knee joint to glide with no extra compression directly over the foot, and direct the impact from the floor up through the lateral part of the leg for our glutes, hamstrings and quads to deal with. The larger muscle groups in our body, these are far better equipped to deal with this impact. The reason we want to first strike the ground with the mid or forefoot and avoid the heel hitting the ground first is that doing so creates a braking motion, slowing the body down and throwing our centre of gravity behind our initial impact. A mid or forefoot strike places the centre of gravity directly above it, encouraging optimal forward propulsion. You can condition midfoot striking by running uphill or using a curved running machine. The nature of both promote midfoot striking and help your body to naturally get the centre of gravity above or in front your point of initial impact. We can then begin to think about your upper body. We want our vertebrae evenly stacked with a nice neutral spine, creating the strongest stack to deal with the impact from the floor and protect the intervertebral discs. This in turn will leave our chest nice and open, allowing maximum oxygen absorption to get air to the larger muscles, the glutes, quads and hamstrings that are now properly engaged and dealing with the workload we are creating. Now with our lower body propelling us forward, our chest nice and open, spine nice, neutral and relaxed, I want you to begin to think about how a swan moves through water. They look like they're just gliding effortlessly along, but underneath the water, their legs are working hard, fast and efficiently. Try to think about mimicking this with your running style. Upper body engaged but relaxed, lower body dealing with the workload. Our bodies move through 3 planes of motion: sagittal, frontal and transverse. When we're running, and remember running is just efficient forward propulsion, everything wants to be moving through this sagittal plane. Losing good posture, moving through frontal or transverse planes of motion is just going to suck energy away from the direction we want to be heading in. We also want to avoid the head sagging too far forward, pulling our cervical spine with it and compromising our spine's integrity. So up nice and straight, shoulders rolled back, moving through the sagittal plane of motion, avoiding our head sagging forward, avoiding moving through this frontal plane of motion. All of this is just going to suck efficiency away from our forward propulsion. Glutes, hamstrings and quads engaged, arches turned on, striking with our midfoot and directing the impact from the floor up through the outer part of our leg, avoiding impact on the knee joint and the lower back, relying on the muscles of the leg to deal with the impact and not the joints of the knee and the hip. Now, not everyone will look exactly like this. You may have naturally flatter feet or rolled shoulders, but these are just some points to consider on your next run. For all personal training or coaching inquiries, both in person and online, all health, wellness and performance consultation, you can reach me in the comments or via my Instagram.